Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.
La edición 2023 del Festival de Glastonbury está lista para realizarse a finales de junio de este año. Como siempre, una edición llena de música, llena de artistas increíbles, llena de gente buscando disfrutar de todas las propuestas musicales que ahí encontramos. Y para platicar un poco más del festival y de sus detalles, tenemos el enorme gusto de conversar el día de hoy con Joe Rush, que es director creativo del Festival de Glastonbury. Hola, Joe.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Where are you right now?
Where am I? I'm in London.
In London. And
Yes.
when will you travel to the festival?
Well, I was there this morning.
Oh.
I've come back now. We're having a lot of bad weather, but we're hoping the spring will come soon.
Yes, and the summer last year was great, right, in the weather.
It was fantastic. We hope again for a good year. Yes.
So, Joe, first of all, last year the festival could celebrate the 50th anniversary of Glastonbury, and it was amazing after those 2 years with pandemic and those health issues and personal issues. We have an amazing party.
Yeah, everyone was really needed a party, didn't they?
Yes,
Everybody needed it. Yeah.
and it's been 50 years from the festival, since the beginning of the festival, and it's incredible how big it is, how important it is for the music industry, for artists, but very important for the people that go to the festival.
Yes, yeah, and generations of people now. Maybe 3 generations of people. Have gone there now.
It's extremely hard to keep a festival going for 50 years.
It is. But it had to grow and it's had to change in order to survive. But it's like any growth. It's an organic growth, like the growth of a city or the growth of a town or the growth of a culture. Each generation learns from the generation before, but you couldn't take that festival and just make it happen somewhere else, because we've learned about how the water works, how the crowds move, what you need to do at what time and what happens, and this is only a knowledge you can learn.
Yes, and the festival always have a look into things that are important for us as a society, like the relation with the water aid, with organizations that are looking to make a better world for us.
Yes.
That haven't changed anything.
No, that's really why what Michael Eaves' idea is to try and get the money for Oxfam, for Water Aid, for Greenpeace, are just some of the things that he supports.
No, and it's something that is very important for Glastonbury, that don't have these very big sponsors like other festivals, and it only can happen because of the people that go to the festival.
Yeah, it happens because that. It also happens because of the broadcasting on the BBC, which allows, it's good really, because it means that there's not exclusivity that you get in other festivals where a brand will have an exclusive area for its exclusive people, and everything is done towards trying to sell the brand. They would love to become involved in Glastonbury, but they're not been allowed to come and work in that way with it.
And I think it's great that also the people in the festival are in a very good mood. They all feel great. They are all friendly, and all say to you, "Have a happy Glastonbury."
Yes, exactly. So that's what's so lovely. And people have experiences from it. They make relationships and friendships that will last for all their life. They have experiences might change their life, and if not, they at least have a really good party.
Absolutely. So, Joe, about your job, I have to congratulate you because the Burning Lotus last year, it was amazing. It was a great idea, and we felt very engaged with that.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that was a very. I felt it was an important thing to do. You know, because people needed it. People needed a bit of closure from the 2 bad years, and also from, you know, from the people that they'd lost, that they hadn't buried properly, and all these other things. So it was important to have a closure. Yeah, it was one of the more difficult things I've ever done at that festival. I found it very emotionally very difficult, because it was very a lot of people depended, you know, put their emotions into this moment, and I was very frightened that it might not work. You know?
Yes, it was a challenge, of course, but
Yeah.
it was very powerful.
Yeah, it was good. It needed to happen. I won't do it again this year, but I might do it again in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the challenge each year for you as a creative director of the festival? Because it's a very big space. There are a lot of things happening at the same time. And what's your challenge?
My challenge this year is it's fantastic. It's a colossal job, and we've been working on it for already 3 months, physically building on it. And basically, I'm now moving to the centre of the festival, to an area called Williams Green, which is really right in the centre of the festival. And I'm building a massive installation using lots of cars and lots of you know, ancient old cars and American cars and English cars, and basically it's the idea is called Pillars of the Underground. And what it is each of these structures I'm building, colossal structures, are representing people or groups of people who have helped to evolve what I call the underground culture, which is the people who have given their lives to trying to make things more creative, trying to make things more fun, trying to make things more fair, and the people who've really given their lives to making a better world, as you said earlier. And a lot of these people haven't been recognised, and some have. And I wanted to sort of so each of these different monuments will be dedicated to these different people. There'll be people who are famous, like Vivienne Westwood, our great friend who died this year. But you know, but then there will also there will be Hunter S. Thompson, for example. But then there will also be men like Quentin Crisp, a man who fought for gender, to be, you know, for gender fluidity right back in the 1950s, and took an awful lot of abuse for it, but sort of wrote a book and started people to what's developed now, you know, into the ways of thought. So I'm trying to really, and not just these people, but also the people who carried the speakers for the stars, who drove the buses, who you know, who put their effort into making. And so this is called Pillars of the Underground, and that's the project. It's colossal.
Oh, it sounds amazing, and sounds very important to not forget, right?
Yeah, no, and not just not forget, but also to introduce younger people to these people. Maybe they didn't know these people. That, you know, maybe these people aren't on the general you know, feeds that they look at. They didn't know that these people existed. So it's also to introduce them.
I know, because most of the people that goes to the festival are young, but it's not only for young people. Everybody can go to the festival.
Yes, absolutely, and we were all young once, you know. You know, you know, and now we're the old men, you know, like. But it's something you can grow with. But I think it is important for people to understand how that culture evolved. And especially, as we said earlier, that a culture didn't evolve through commercialism. It didn't evolve through branding. It evolved through people giving their lives, and for something they felt inside them that they could give to improve things for people.
Sounds amazing, Joe. And that's going to happen this year in the festival. And another very important thing of Glastonbury is that it's very diverse. Most of the people, of course, are from the UK, but people from all over the world go to the festival.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got this fantastic thing called, which is, it's a group of people from the Congo.
Oh,
Yeah, and they're coming over, and they are like the African mutoids. You know, they find waste and they build all their costumes. They're called Feluki Muziki, and they find build all their costumes out of waste, and then they build all their instruments out of waste,
no.
and then they play all these instruments, drums and chains and things, and make this incredible music. And they'll be hosting the area that I'm doing. So it will also, there's a very real feeling in the festival this year that we need to open it up, not to just different races of people, but also to you get a lot of African people, West Indian people, and people of color, who come and work on this, play on the stages and entertain us. But what we're trying to do now is introduce this, bring these people into a level where they can actually work on the production, on building areas, on building stages, and become more of the fabric of it, not just part of the entertainment of it.
Yes, because I read the lineup of West Coast this year and Avalon, and the festival is making other things besides music in order to get us more knowledge or more embrace more the music culture and the culture of other countries, other people, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it is basically, it's a festival in the heart of the English countryside. And it's not that it's been rejecting people in the past, but a lot of people haven't been attracted to it, or have not understood that how welcome they are if they come there.
Yes.
But we have also the Notting Hill Carnival, which is where I'm sitting now, is in Notting Hill, and we have this huge carnival, massive street parade carnival. Based on Trinidad originally, and later with Jamaica and also with local people. And so we have a whole parade of them are going to come, and they'll be playing on our part. They'll be playing on the pier, which Glastonbury on Sea, which is the other thing I do. The big seaside that I build, and so that will be a lot of fun as well. But it is about diversity. Human race is about diversity. I think there's this sort of this thing I don't really like at the moment, is this where everyone shouts about cultural appropriation, because I think that cultural appropriation is how humanity learns. We learn from each other's cultures, and the sound system culture we have in Britain came directly from the sound system culture that came from Jamaica. So even right up to people like the Prodigy have a root that goes back to these little sound systems that were in Kingston, Jamaica, and that came over. So we learn off each other, and hopefully we learn, and then we give. So cultural appropriation is not something we should be scared of. It's cultural theft or cultural commercialism, yes, but cultural appropriation is something which is very important for it's the way the human race learns.
Absolutely. And it's great that the festival can give us that. And also, it's about music, right? And this year, we have Arctic Monkeys, Guns N' Roses, Sir Elton John, and hundreds and other amazing artists. It's very cool that we can find what we want in the festival, musically speaking.
And even find things that you didn't expect. Some of the best things I've seen at the festival have just been when I'm walking across the site.
Yes.
And suddenly you stop and you listen to something or see something, and something you might not expect. Yeah, not
necessarily you have to be in Pyramid Stage to find something great. You can go walk around the festival site and find someone with a guitar playing a very cool song.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the fun of it, really. It's a voyage of discovery.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a festival vibe, right? To know, to be open to know things.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's terrific. It's terrific.
We have to mention, Joe, that in April there's going to be a resale from festival tickets, but it's very, very limited.
Yes, I mean, I think this is the biggest trouble, is that that we can't get it bigger and bigger. It's got to its capacity, and And it's difficult. These are difficult times at the moment, and things have become very expensive to organise. Britain's gone through Brexit, which has made everything more difficult and more expensive. And then we're in the general state of the world at the moment, the state of the cost of fuel and everything. So it's difficult to put on a festival. So it's difficult to, it's a struggle this year, I think, as much as, these big live events become more of a struggle, really. So all the tickets have to be sold in order just to make the thing work,
Absolutely. We can make it happen buying our ticket. Maybe if we go from Mexico, it's a better idea to buy the ticket in the fall, in October, November, in the first sale, so we can save and buy our plane travel and everything with more time, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've never bought a ticket to the festival.
Sorry, me neither. But I know it's hard.
I understand. You need to be very, very quick with the computer, and you need to be ready, which has maybe changed the demographic a little bit of the festival. To the people who are clever at that. But yeah, it's great. It'd be great to have people from Mexico come over. I've had lovely times in Mexico. I love it.
And we love to go to the UK. If you are a music lover, you have to go to Glastonbury at least what time, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So, Joe, looking forward to see your work in festival this year, to see you in person. I hope we can make it, and to enjoy the 2023 edition of Glastonbury Festival.
Fantastic. Yeah, it'll be good to see you.
Yes.
We'll have a good time, yeah.
I'm going to find you in the festival. Absolutely. Have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Joe Roche,
all the best.
Yes, Joe Roche, creative director from Glastonbury Festival. Thank you so much for the chat with Rutas Alternas.
Absolute pleasure. Bye. Goodbye.
Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.